hanging by a thread. Boris Sleaze after Sleaze, Labour urges for investigation with the Prime Minister and Jacob. Boris Johnson was facing further pressure over Sleaze on Monday as Labour demanded an official inquiry into a cabinet minister accused of running a secret lobbying operation on behalf of private airfields. With MPs set to vote on Monday to reverse the Prime Minister's disastrous move to block former Tory Minister Owen Paterson's suspension for breaking lobbying rules, the government is still struggling to shake off damaging allegations over the conduct of its MPs and ministers. This morning Labour also announced it would push for a Commons vote later this week to end paid directorships and commercial consultancies in Parliament as MPs face growing scrutiny over second job. Transport Secretary Grant Shapps on Sunday faced claims that he created a unit called the Airfield Advisory Team, AAT, funded with public money, to help airfields contest development plans to build on them. Mr. Shapps is known to be a keen recreational pilot and owns a £100,000 aircraft. Labour's deputy leader Angela Rayner has now written to Lord Gate, the Prime Minister's independent adviser on ministerial standards, to call for an investigation into Mr. Shapps's conduct, which she claimed was a breach of the ministerial code and a complete and total breach of any standards of integrity and decency in public office. It was not yet clear if Lord Gate will open an inquiry into Mr. Shapps. The opposition party at Westminster has said that new information from American entrepreneur Jennifer Arcuri about her relationship with Boris Johnson while he was Mayor of London should be investigated by the Independent Office for Police Conduct, IOPC. Mr. Johnson avoided a criminal investigation earlier this year into his conduct with the businesswoman after the police watchdog found no evidence he had influenced the payment of thousands of pounds of public money to Ms. Arcuri or secured her participation in foreign trade trips he led. But after the Observer published Ms. Arcuri's diary notes from the time of their alleged dealings, Deputy Labour leader Angela Rayner said the IOPC should look again at its decision to rule out a formal investigation. According to the newspaper, one handwritten entry recalls that Mr. Johnson asked how he could be the throttle in her career while he was in City Hall. As well as having business links, Ms. Arcuri has previously claimed that she and Mr. Johnson had a 4-year romantic relationship when he was mayor. Ms. Rayner has written to the Greater London Authority's monitoring officer, Emma Strain, to request that she refer Ms. Arcuri's remarks to the IOPC. In her letter, she said the reports were deeply worrying and emblematic of Mr. Johnson's approach to political leadership, which she claimed had no regard for decency or public interest, only self-interest. Labour also wants Mr. Rees-Mogg investigated by Commons Standards Commissioner Catherine Stone over claims in the Mail on Sunday that the prominent Conservative MP failed to declare directors' loans from his company Saliston Limited between 2018 and 2020. Shadow Commons leader Thangam Debonair said, "This would appear to be yet another egregious breach of the rules." The allegations come after the Department for Transport, DFT, hit back at claims in the Sunday Times that Grant Shapps, a keen pilot, is using a lobbying body to protect airfields from development. The Transport Secretary, who is said to own a £100,000 aeroplane, set up and diverted public money to a new team within the Civil Aviation Authority which is designed to lobby against planning developments, including housing projects, that infringe on airstrips, according to the reports. But DFT officials said the Airfield Advisory Team was not a lobbying body and instead provided support to general aviation on a range of matters affecting their operations.